Right, in an effort to remedy the racket that Honda makes, I've just been down the local shop, bike shop, and bought some exhaust wadding. I think it's about 8 quid, 9 quid. I think I've got enough here to do plenty of exhausts, and there's only a small baffle area on this one. But I have already made up a special tool which on the Delkvic exhaust needs a very short Allen key to get in the recess. So we'll have a look at that now, and hopefully we can get this done and remedy a racket making machine. Right, so here's our little device, which is you had to shorten it, which involved a little bit of hacksaw grief. It's not a great big baffle in here. We'll just leave that there for now, and we'll put that down there, and we'll take this goddamn thing out. There's not a lot in there that, as I say, it's there's not a lot you can do really, but we'll see what we can do. There's some wadding on it. It's only going to take a small bit of wadding really, so we'll see what we can devise and see if it makes an improvement. So judging by the thickness of the wadding, it's only going to need one layer, so let's cut a bit out and see what we need. First of all, we need to work out from there more or less what we need. So it's going to go to there. We can trim any bits off later that we need. Oh. I don't think much past there is going to be of any benefit. We'll see. Cut this off. I'm going to have to put the camera down. Let's cut it and then we'll come back. Right, we now have a little bit of wadding cut. And quite how we're going to cram all this in is beyond me, but that actually tube section there slides in quite tight, so you can't put wadding behind that. So we'll have a go, see if we can fit this in. Right, the trick, as I say, is going to be to get this in with enough clearance. It's going to be a curse and swear job, I think, before the day's out. We will see. Slide that. Slide that. Slide that back out. It starts to get tight, I think. Oh. I need the wadding to slide down a bit. I don't want it to look like a ball of cotton wool sticking out the back, do we? We can poke it down a bit further, as of and when. From memory, this thing is a bit of a... So I think what we do is we'll leave it there. That's got to go in a bit. is going to be fickle. Is that it? Yes. Right, so now I need to push it down a bit. Let's get this on first. Ah, you bugger, look. The washer's dropped out. Now we're in the right place, we can come back. And we see if that, come on. Tighten that should square it up a bit. What we don't want it to do, of course, is to just blow straight out the back. So we'll get a little piece of many special tools, and then we should be able to just push that back in to where it needs to be. I don't want it to, so it's going to look a bit half-assed. The wadding's going to be stuck out like that. That's as good as it's going to get, I think. I don't think it'll blow out. But I think what we'll do, fire it up, I suppose, and see if that has any discernible effect, or if it just blows straight out the back. Let's have a look in a minute. Right, let's see if we've made any difference. Well, I wouldn't say it's massively quieter. It looks to be in there all the way. Hello, little dog. Come see what all the noise is about, have you? What's the bloody hell doing now? Maybe could go a little bit further down. A bit more, maybe. I might take it out and try again a bit more. Well, all I could do really is push it down a little bit more, so we'll see. Let's have a second brew of it. Well, it's not made a vast difference. It's taken that really aggressive rasp off it, so I suppose it's done something. but it will have to do. It's as good as we can get it. Well, I think it's a bit better. Obviously it's inside, so it's noisier anyway, but apart from the fact that the bike needs a service and the camchain starting to... And the camchain tensioner is new, so... Oh no, it's an adjustable thing, so yeah. But otherwise I think we'll get onto that and when it's serviced, but in the meantime that's going to make it sound a little bit better. So let's see how we go. Right, there's a supplementary to this exhaust wadding issue. Obviously you've seen I put some wadding in there. It made a great deal of difference. Took the bark out of it, but really not a difference. And I already knew that the actual insert, which comes out from a bolt at the bottom, is almost a touch fit. So what I've done, I took the insert out and I had to thin it down. A messy job, one hates fiberglass. I literally took the wadding, which is normally thicker than this, and literally split it down. So it was very much thinner. This is just another side of it, bit of it I think. So it became very thin. So that then inside is wrapped around the external part of the baffle itself. That said, it's virtually a touch fit, so I had to sort of like knock it in with a mallet. As you can see, there's a mallet still there, and it really has not made any discernible difference to what this piece has done. So realistically it's much better, don't get me wrong, and I think that'll probably do it. I don't think it'll come out, that will obviously go black as soon as it gets a bit of running in it. Whether it will fire out and I'll lose that piece of wadding, I don't know, but I've got plenty more, so that's not an issue. The only other alternative is to actually put wadding inside here, which, yeah, then I would have to make something up, a guard to stop it coming out, I'm sure, because it would fire itself out. But that's quietened it down a bit, it's taken the bark out of it. I mean, it's quite a large, the insert itself is about that big, and obviously, as I say, it's this round. It's obviously got nothing in it in terms of wadding. And I couldn't see any way of taking it apart, although I didn't look too closely, to be honest. I perhaps should have looked at it closer. But I think that'll do for now. That's taken the real raw noise out of it. Still quite noisy, so I think that'll do for the time being, and if we have to work any more on it, we'll seriously consider putting waddings literally down there, which I don't really want to do because, well, it seems a bit wrong. But as I say, the actual silencer, the muffler itself, the exhaust section itself, the conical section that would quieten thing down, doesn't appear to have anything in it. As an alternative, if it really irritates me from here on, I'll take this whole insert out, see if I can disassemble it, cut it. But then if you cut it, you've got to bear in mind you've got to get it back in. But we'll see what we've got, and it's improved it a bit, and I think that's the best we can do, and I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. Just want it a little bit quieter than it is, and it all just sort of getting to that point where it's just trying to keep the noise down a bit, just because it's a bit too much. And the next job on it is obviously, well, it's due for a service, so that'll be another thing in the months to come. I'll probably run it for another, it's just done 900 miles since its last service, so I'll probably run it another 100 miles or so, and then it'll be go through it, check it all, and also going to change back to the clutches on these. Have the later ones, and I'm not sure whether this one is supposed to have it, have a what I call a chatter plate. You take one of the normal metal plates out and put a double skinned one in there just to take the chatter out of the clutch. The noise doesn't bother me, but I'm obviously concerned that lot slapping around is eventually going to wear the basket, and I don't really want to be finding another basket because I already had to replace the basket because it was split. So that's where we are, and we'll give it a run and see how we feel with that. But it's quieter, so yeah, I'm not really expecting it to be whisper quiet, because when it had the motard system on, it was whisper quiet, almost strangely quiet. But I think the Delkvic, it's lovely to hear all this like big loud noise, but sometimes it just gets irritating. So there should be really an option to maybe to pack this insert, but I'll have a look maybe online and see if there is an option to do that. But I think at the moment we've got it where we want it to be.